give it a shot. Alright, so, we're starting. It's recording.
Okay.
So, we, as a collected, just me and Shady, realized that we were, like, discussing things better if we didn't have a topic and it was just us. So, if, like, so, talk about whatever you want. There's no, like, topics that we will have to stick to. Just shoot. Just don't make them, like, racist or anything like that. Don't don't make them weird, okay? We can go with whatever we
Come on. I ain't weird. What are you talking-
that's that's not true at all.
That's an understatement. That is an understatement. That's what
That
that
is
is.
100% an understatement. But yeah,
Um,
so we could talk about whatever we want, hopefully. Um, this is also, like I said, going on YouTube, so the chances of it, working, uh, and not getting demonetized or copyright striked, which it shouldn't. We're not playing any music or doing anything, so they can't really take us down for that. So
yeah.
hopefully we'll be all good. But I think I'd like to start
We
us
just kind of,
off on a
yeah, I was
topic.
just saying, you're have to start, because right now I'm kind of blank.
Okay, so I figured I didn't really prepare you. I just hit record and went with it. Um so we were discussing the new Corvette, and I went to go see one like for real or in real life, and I think it's
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool looking. I just wish like I was allowed in it, because I wasn't.
Uh,
They just wouldn't let me in it. And
my,
I even said to the lady that was there and stuff, like, "Hey, I ordered one. Can I get in it? Because this I can't get in mine because it's not delivered yet. So where can I can I sit in it?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "I have proof of purchase. Do you want me to show it to you?" She's
I,
like, "No
I
one
have
is
proof
allowed
of
in." I'm
purchase.
like, "Oh man."
I have
I,
proof of purchase just so I can sit in the car. Come on.
oh, she thanked me for purchasing one. I guess that's fair enough, right?
Shoot.
Uh,
My friends to like a car show. They were sitting in like hyper cars. I'm like, huh? I'm like, you lucky bastard. Like, I had
I
never,
think
I
the
had,
most expensive car I sat in was a Jeep Gladiator or something like it
the
was it
most
was
expensive
not
car,
cheap.
the most expensive car I've sat in so far, the car has been $800,000. Not including the mods under the hood, but the car itself was like $800,000.
Well, I was saying
Um,
at that one car show, most expensive car I sat in was what? I think a Centenario. I
say
think
what?
like the Lamborghini Centenario. It's like
Oh damn.
3.1 million. It's something stupid. So
Can you imagine someone breaking? Can you imagine someone denting it or scratching it?
it was one of I had a friend that owned one at one point, and he's like, "You want to drive it?" I'm like, "What?" He let me drive it too. It was pretty good. It's like a normal V12 Lamborghini. It was different in a way, because it like how people were looking at you driving by was interesting.
Um, yeah, I really want a demon. The only reason why I want a demon just so I could show up at a stoplight and just smoke anybody who's sitting there. So I'm just like, yeah, you know what? There you go. But I would drive the demon every day.
You know what? That's the problem, because I heard like one celebrity got his new Corvette, and he says he's never gonna drive it, and I'm like, why did you buy one?
Why? Wait, hold up. Well, cause I know celebrity. I met a celebrity that legit, but he has like 125 cars and only drives two of them. He puts all his cars on display. I'm like, bro, that's I. I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
Like, you bought a car that's meant to be driven on the road,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna
Yeah,
drive
but
it.
these were. Well, I mean, he bought like old, like classic cars. I mean, you're talking about, like, I'm talking about like the whole, like the old, like hot rods and stuff that he had, and he had like the old like rat rods.
Still, you can't.
What,
Like, I think what a car is supposed to be is supposed to be something that's supposed to be driven.
yeah,
And if it's not being driven, then it's not a car. It's not what it's supposed to be. It's not fulfilling its request and what it was built to be. So,
yeah,
you can't really say, "Oh, this is because it's worth 58 million, I'm not going to drive it because I might crash it."
So if a car costs 58 million, it better be doing a lot more things than just driving. Okay, fair enough. That car costs 58 million, it better be doing a lot more things than just driving.
Exactly, but chances of that happening are very slim. So,
I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, if I had a ton of money, and I mean a ton of money, where I could buy any car I want, you best be damn sure I'm driving every single one I buy.
Oh
I
yeah.
I do that to this day. I own what, six now, seven including if the Corvette. I think the least mileage one has 25,000 miles on it, and that was a brand new car I just bought. Like I drive every single car I own, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something that's driven. If it's not being driven, it's not being what it was supposed to be.
In complete freaking loss. Yeah.
But anyway, that's just my opinion. So since Shady's not here, we can talk about something that I wouldn't talk with him because it would be like a 48 million minute conversation about how his opinion is right and my opinion is wrong.
Oh boy, what is it?
So, and I'm just gonna bring it up because I find it hilarious. Well, not hilarious in a standpoint, it's just really funny. So of course, the elections this year. So for us in the
Yeah,
United States, the election is this year. It's November, and we're coming up to where we're starting to find our Democratic representative and our Republican representative.
I
And
know where this is going.
well, do you?
you, it's gonna be some type of asking who do you think or who you're gonna vote for type of thing, isn't it?
No, I'm not going to ask that. That's your own opinion. You can have that if you want to answer that. Go on ahead. I'm not asking
No,
for it.
I thought you were gonna be like a question based on that as well.
No, I find it funny that like people are saying, at least around me, like, oh yeah, Mike Bloomberg, he's going to be he's the only one that has a chance against going up with Trump. And as we just watched in the Nevada debate, he lost quite badly. And I mean quite badly, I mean quite badly. It was gruesome.
Who, Mikey, or are you talking about Trump?
Mikey.
Um,
Because I guess I don't know who it was, but
I
someone's
think it was funny. I think it was funny that they tried booting Trump out. I'm like, bro, come on, just,
that like
just don't even,
so so
don't
he
even.
so he pretty much got impeached or tried to get impeached for doing nothing. I think that's good. He didn't start any wars. I mean, he almost did,
Not
but
yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but he hasn't started any wars yet. He hasn't done anything that really affected us. The employment was is at an all-time low right now, unemployment. Um, he's pretty much trying to do what he said. Like the government shutdown was because he and Congress didn't get along. It wasn't because it was such a big thing that we need to shut down the government. I mean, there is no reason to try to impeach him. It was just so the Democrats could have a chance at trying to get the House back, because it's still Republican and Republican.
Yeah,
So they have
yeah.
no chance of getting their elected representative, like, actually have a chance.
And
So
that was just stupid. I mean,
it was a
like
terrible
honestly.
attempt, first of all. Like, it just didn't work.
Oh, and then also, you know who else would piss me off during politics? Whoever that guy was that was like, I'm gonna take your AK-47s. I'm gonna
Hmm.
take this and this away. I'm gonna take all your guns away. I'm like, you ain't walking and taking nothing away, son. I mean, you take away guns, you're just gonna make, it's gonna be a stupid idea because then, nobody has guns, and then crime's just gonna get worse. So I'm like, you ain't gonna stop criminals from getting guns. Like,
Here's
seriously.
my opinion, and I think South Park touched on this perfectly. I think everyone should have a gun. And I mean
I
everyone.
wish they,
Old,
I wish
young.
they would. Okay, well, no, hold up. No, I should think they should change it down to like 18. That you can 18 years old and you can carry a gun instead of 21.
Right. And the reason
Because
why,
I'm like,
because I feel like we'd be a lot safer if the crook had a gun, but we also had a gun to defend ourselves. I think there would be no more.
because
I think there would be a lot less crime because everyone has a
well,
gun. They
because
can
they'll
defend
think,
theyselves.
yeah, they'll think about it. Like, do I really want to get shot today?
Do I? I didn't expect this guy to have a gun. I think I'm not gonna rob his house anymore. I think that's where people have like realized that. And the reason why I just don't talk about politics is because my grandparents ruined the topic for me. Because,
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
yeah, I, they just, they're the people that if you tell them that their idea or what their way of thinking is wrong, oh boy, you're gonna have a fire of a storm coming at you. They cannot take any, if you say anything about Trump, because they're definitely Trump supporters from what I could see. Or
Oh,
actually, no, they're
you
not.
guys
They're
do
not
not.
Trump's. No,
You.
sorry, not Trump supporters. They're not. They believe Hillary was a better choice than Trump. My
Oh my.
my my other
No. See,
grandparents like Trump. They like Trump. And I'm not gonna
your
say I
grandparents
liked.
would. Well,
I'm not,
I'm saying your grandparents would hate me getting out of school. I would go Trump and say Hillary all day. That's
exactly. I
that's
believe
all I'm saying.
Trump was definitely better. I mean, none of the politicians are better at all. We haven't had a good one for a long time. Like a good one that they haven't stolen anything or they haven't done anything like any fraud. They actually got their money the logistic way and not been given it. Like my dad gave me a small loan of $1 million. Like none of that. I want some hard workers. If we had that, our country would be so much better.
Oh yeah.
But besides that, but what I'm trying to get at is if we had like, because I tried to open up about like what I believed in because I don't really get a say. I mean, I should. I can vote now, so I got a say. It's just when I talk with my grandparents, I don't get a say. So when I got a say and we pretty much all just went like, "Hey, let's all chat about this. Let's all get it done. Let's all just get ourselves out of this way because they're about to blow." So I'm like, "All right, let's just un
Let's just yeah.
unscrew the let's just unscrew the top. Let's see what happens." So I started giving off my own opinions. How everyone should carry a gun. I think that's true. I think everyone should have a gun. I mean, that doesn't mean everyone should have a 50 cal sniper rifle. I don't think that. Like,
Oh no no
but
no no no
but
no no.
everyone should have like at least a pistol, like a Glock or something, something to defend
Yeah.
yourself when you're being threatened or anything. Like it would work so much better. But I also said, and this is just because it's my religious belief, but I believe abortion should be illegal. And here's
That's I
why.
feel the same way about that. I feel the same way
And
because I mean, because think about it, you're killing somebody, you're killing a human. Okay,
not
you're
that,
killing somebody with life.
not that. That's not what I mean. That's also a big important thing. But I also think, I think if you're like old enough and you believe you're mature enough to have sex unprotected, I think you're plenty mature enough to
To have a kid. I mean,
to
come
have a
on.
kid. Yeah. I think if you've made that decision, you've got to stick with your consequences. And if you believe like, hey, you know what, we weren't ready, you weren't ready to do it. Okay? I think that's how it should be. So you made your decision, it's time you live with your consequences of that decision. And
You have
maybe
to live it up. You have
live
to
it up.
live up to it.
Exactly.
But
So I think that's like they hated that. Every time I kept saying like abortion should be gone or something, they hated that. They kept like interrupting me, saying, "No, no, no, I believe everyone should have a choice." Everyone does have a choice. They had a choice to either do it or not. That was
yeah,
the choice. They didn't
they
have
had
a
a choice
choice.
to do it. I mean, come on.
Right.
I was like, right.
Exactly. So that's why I said I don't like talking about it, but now that I can, we're talking about it. So, but yeah, so that was kind of a big thing. Another thing that like it wasn't politics related. I just like I like I like this person just because of the memes. Is Bernie. Like
Oh,
he was the underdog
oh,
in the 2016 election, and it was just all the memes and stuff that it's like it makes it kind of feel like we could meme like we meme this crap out of Donald Trump. I mean
yeah.
anything he says we'll make a meme of it. So I think if we had Bernie Sanders as one, oh boy, we'd have a lot of fun. But you know, it really does matter. Can they lead the country? It's not because I like them because they have good memes. It's not that. You shouldn't make your own decisions by that way.
Yeah.
But you know, that's besides the point. So I don't know. That was good. We got 17 minutes out of that, and we just came up with two different topics. So
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about, and I kind of want to elaborate on what we were talking about last week before we even started the podcast, which was a mistake. But me and Shady were talking about states and their speed laws, and I have a feeling that you'll be very willing to talk
I
about your
mean,
frustrations.
I mean, they should, bring it up to like 90 or 100, because that'd be a lot easier. But
Well,
yeah, no, they ain't gonna do nothing.
let me give you some facts, okay? So in
Yeah.
2016, you know that the Autobahn in Germany exists. It's the last road that does not have a speed limit on it. Okay?
Yeah.
So now let's go from this. It is an unlimited speed limit. However fast you want to go, you can go. How many deaths each year do you think happens on the Autobahn? Just
Yeah. Four.
four. That's a little too little, but let's give it 8,000. So 8,000 people in
Okay, never mind. Oh, yes, I know. I thought you said something else. Yeah, I thought.
yeah. So 8,000 people, well, I mean they got into a car accident. 8,000 people got into a car accident on the Autobahn. Only 36% of that 8,000 actually got into a fatal crash. Now that's not good. I think it should go down a little bit. But
Yeah, but
let's go with
that's
the
still a little
road
bit
that's
kind of
near
slow.
me. It's 55. So the road near me is 55. That's the speed limit. How many accidents do you think happened on that road in 2016?
Um, let's let's just say 6,000.
Well, you would be wrong 100%.
Really?
Let's go with 32,000.
Holy oh.
And this one little like 2 mile strip of road, 36,000.
36,000, huh?
36,000 people have been in
Is
a
that
car
road
accident.
is that road known is that road known for drag racing?
No, no one was going drag racing. It was actually going the speed limit.
So they were just
So,
running red lights or something, or they were doing
so
something.
pretty much. I mean, most of them were because they were distracted, but it was also because they were going the speed limit. They're going the speed limit, and they went because they thought other people were doing the speed limit when they were going like 60 or 65, a little bit over, and got into a car accident because they're going the speed limit. See, so it's true. Speed from the Autobahn, speed helps. And it also just
Yeah,
helps
because think
everyone
about it.
flow.
Well,
If you go to 55, everyone's going to get stopped because there's going to be so much traffic. And if you get stopped, you're not going to get places quick enough. It's just going to be a mess. But
yeah,
the reason why my road is 55 is because my county is poor AF. And I mean poor. Like, I mean, it's not bad, but it's quite bad. I'm saying like they need the money, so they set up that speed trap, which is what it's called. It's a speed trap. So what it is so the road just before it is 65. So you get 65 on that road, and then
yeah.
it goes to 55. And they're hoping that out of state or just not they don't live in that area go 65, and then they'll get pulled over for going over the speed limit. And they'll get ticketed for like $100 or whatever the fine goes to. So because of that, the county will make more money, and that means that our stupid governor, which I mean I don't even remember his name, not the state governor, just the local one, will get more money,
I
and
don't even know.
we lose our money. And I mean, you wouldn't understand it, but me and Shady were talking about this that the government spend way too much money that we pay, our taxpayer dollars, on roads that don't need to be fixed. Like
Yes, they
roads that
need to
are
fix the damn main road.
right, they need to fix the roads that we use a ton that has a ton of potholes and it's just unsafe. But they fix the ones that are completely fine. They just wanted to make it look prettier.
Which
That's
doesn't, I mean, which don't make any sense at all because you're fixing the roads that we never use, but the roads that we use always have bumps, and people kind of do speed on the main roads, have pothole hits, and you're gonna bottom out your car, and then you have to go fix your car. Well, that would really happen if the road's already fixed, but they don't fix the main roads. You're like, oh, we'll go fix this dirt road that nobody else uses.
exactly. So that's the problem that I saw, and I believe that it should be like they spent over $1 billion of taxpayer monies on roads that did not need to be fixed. There's like on my road that I live on, it needs to be 100% fixed. There's this massive hole at the very end or the beginning of the road that it's literally a pit hole. It's the black hole. If you get your tire stuck in there, you are going to have no more car. It's that big, and they have done nothing but put a cone over it, and that cone has now been moved because of rain and water, or water and wind.
Put a cone there.
They just put a
Watch out,
cone.
people.
Just watch
What
out,
is the
people. Don't
cone
go
supposed to
over
do?
that. Oh, you're gonna go over it? Well, I'm sorry. We put a cone there for specifically so you
You
wouldn't.
put a cone there. You put a cone there, and that's how many people like, oh, let's see what happens when we hit this cone.
Exactly.
Bang, oh, there goes our car.
Yep, there goes your car. Well, what did we tell you? There's a cone there for a reason. Well, you just fix the road. I understand not
You
many
fix
people
it.
live on this road, but you still need to fix it because we're gonna lose our cars. So it got bad. It was really bad, but
Yeah.
luckily they kind of filled it, but it's now just expanded again, so it really
All
didn't
right, give
help.
me 30 seconds. I need to go take a whiz real quick.
Okay, buddy. Mm, So yeah. Um wonder what the next top. We should go with like another topic. What would Shady like? Since Shady is not here, as you can tell, it's just me and Brandon. Because he, I guess, forgot that today was Friday, and he's supposed to be on the podcast, but we've been switching it up from Thursday to Friday because of Valentine's Day was last week, and we didn't want to like have people try to watch our stream. Well, it's Valentine's Day and they want to spend with their loved ones and stuff. That's 100% understandable. We understand, and that's why we said, you know what, we'll stream on that Thursday, and we'll fix that from there. But um, so yeah, he's not here, so it's just gonna be just us, which I don't know how that's gonna work. I mean, it's working pretty well, but we only got 25 minutes of content in, and it hasn't been flowing too much, so uh, I don't know. You'll just you'll just have to stick with us for a little bit as we try to figure out some things we want to talk about. I know there's one topic, but I want to talk about it with him. Is the of course I think it's now we can talk about it. Of course, all the
Oh, yeah.
oh,
I'm
he's
back.
back. So I took the time of explaining why Shady wasn't here for everyone who will
Alright.
watch this. And we're just gonna say he forgot that today was Friday and it's podcast day. But, you know,
Let me see.
besides that.
Yeah, see, none of my stuff has sent. None. He hasn't. None of my stuff has been delivered yet. So he has not been at any internet, or his phone is out. Let me see if he appears.
Needs to respond to his messages, man. Like what if his like parents died or something, his mom or dad died, and they need to get a hold of him and he doesn't you can't get a hold of him.
Right,
Like
right. His phone is gonna be off. Like, what are you doing, son?
what are you doing? I always have my phone on. If someone needs to contact me, someone will be able to contact me. I'm not the only thing that they're not going to be able to contact me is when I'm watching a movie, 'cause I'm not allowed.
Yeah, see, he hasn't. Okay, when's the last time he was on? This might tell me what the hell's going on, because if I can see him last time he was on.
When was the last time he was on?
Last time that boy was on, it was 15 hours ago.
Oh boy.
And he was on his phone.
Oh, interesting.
Hold on, let me mess it. Yeah, let me mess with my PS4. Let me see if I can get him.
Well,
Because
if
he
he's
actually might be playing. He might be playing offline.
that's true, he does play offline a lot, so I mean, if he doesn't respond, he doesn't respond, but he's just gonna miss out, and we're not gonna re-record the podcast just so he can get in. It's just gonna be just us. And I'll just upload it because I can, and I'll have the recording for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I said, this one he's not here because he's an idiot and he completely forgot. Like the other
Or he
resident.
might be dealing with it, or he might be dealing with a family matter. I'm not really sure, but there has theories why he's not here tonight. But I'll
You know,
figure it out. Right.
we'll figure it out. He'll come up with some excuse, like some people that we know.
Not me. I don't know what you're talking about, but not me. I don't come up with excuses.
uh, well, you don't call them excuses.
I call them get my ass on a free card. That's what they are
That's
called.
not what it's for. But no, no, you've done better over the year or so. But no, I've seen some people. That's another thing I kind of want to talk about. So I don't know about you, but I have some people that say they'll be back in like 10 minutes, so they'll be here in 10 minutes,
And
and
they
then
will
they
take forever, like hours on end. I'm like, dude,
That was 10 minutes? What 10 minutes were you living in?
I have a friend. He's been over a couple times. He would say, okay, so he would text me. He's like, hey, I'll be over by 5 o'clock. 5:10 rolls around, 5:15. I'm like, all right, whatever. He must be home late or whatever. Well, 7 o'clock rolls around. He's still not here yet. I text him. I'm like, yo, man, where you at? I'm at my friend's house. I said, all right, well, get here. Be here. He's like, all right, I'll come down around 8 o'clock. 10 o'clock rolls around. He's still not here. I'm like, dude, where are you at? So I end up about to be passed out about 1 o'clock in the morning. Here he comes rolling through the door about 1:30. I'm like, bro, you say you'll be here about 5. This is 6 hours ago. I'm
Yeah,
like, no, actually, no. That's 5, 10, 11, 12. That'd be 9 hours.
yeah, there you go, 9 hours.
9 hours. I was thinking like 5 and 10, but I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
I said 1, but
No,
so
I completely understand. So, no, it's been, I don't like how, like people say, you know what, okay, I'm gonna be gone for like an hour or so. I'll be back in an hour. They're like back on a month later because, like, where have you been is like, um, uh, um,
see now, question that has never been me, has it? Where if I say I'll be
n
back.
no. I think when you say you are back, you'll be back. You'll say you'll be back in like 10 minutes. I mean, maybe
I
you'll be
usually
back in
close it.
like 15 or something, but
Yeah. I'll be back 50-20. If I say 10, I'll be back 50-20. It depends on what I'm doing or how long it takes. But I'm always back with like before
mhm.
the half an hour mark, at least. I mean, I'm usually back before the half an hour mark. So
I try to be, but if I'm gonna say like, hey, I'm gonna eat dinner or I'm going out, I'm gonna tell you I'm going out. I'll be on later. I'm not gonna
yeah,
be.
yeah. You don't give us a time frame. You're like, I'll just be on late tonight.
I'll
So
just be
yeah.
on later. I'll be back or something. I'll be
If I
here. It just.
if I'll be back later. If I ain't on, I ain't on. I mean, shit.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
pretty damn problem.
But yeah, no, I've not. You have not done that. I don't think Shady has, to my knowledge. But
Hey, you better pick up those clothes. There's one upstairs in my room. I'm on my different one. That's not the wrong one. I'm on my own.
so I don't know. I've always wanted to talk about that because that's annoying. So no, hopefully he'll be back
I don't
for
know. He's been dodging all my text messages. Anything I send him, he keeps dodging. I don't understand why.
hmm, maybe he
So,
just doesn't like us anymore.
well, he was on. I don't know if you ever. I don't think you ever met Brian, but Brian's a guy that he introduced me to on PS4. I had Brian as a friend. He was playing Siege with Brian. I've texted him. I even tried to invite him to a party. He did not text me back or nothing. I'm like,
Ouch.
What is your deal?
I didn't want to
Huh?
talk to you.
I'm like, and I'm like, I mean, come on, dog. I mean, you know, I know I didn't do nothing wrong. Because if I did something wrong, I would know if I did something wrong because he would add me from everything. Because me and him had a mutual friend, and this happened.
Well, he does
I'll
that?
probably
Wow,
say
that's rude.
I would no. Okay, no, no, no. Me and him had a fallout with another guy, and I'm gonna say this guy's name is Deer. Okay,
Deer, okay.
Deer, Deer. He promised me and Shady because okay, so you know me and him are into the RP stuff, right?
Right,
Um,
yes. I understand
well,
that.
we had another fella that was with us, and he's been with us since the beginning, right? Or he's been with me through the beginning.
Okay.
Well, when Shady joined up, he like three of us were like the group. Okay, like me, him, and Shady were like the group that was always in RP. Well, Deer met somebody else too, mutual friends with me and somebody else, right? So
Hmm.
we were all together. Well, then we left our RP server altogether to go do somewhere else. Well, then this guy split me and Shady and Deer up, and
Uh-oh.
and we're like no, we told Deer like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
So we
we're
let him
not
come
doing
back,
that.
right. So okay, so we let him come back. That was a warning. He did it a week later, and he completely left our RP server. Didn't even tell us nothing. Didn't even talk to us. Straight up just left. And we were like, that's weird because I have him like me. I have him on my cell phone. He if he needs me, he will call my cell phone personally to get a hold of me if he needs something. Um, so he straight up just left our RP server. Him and some other guy. Me and Shady, he already stabbed my and Shady's back before. Christian's running there. It's that door. If you go straight, it's that door right there. Yeah. Um. No, but so he already said it was back once. So we were like, okay. So we were trying to figure out what happened. So to find out, this guy who split us up wanted Deer and wanted this other guy. He also wanted me. I told the other guy no, but he got Deer and this other guy to leave to go over there. So, and I did not know Shady was capable of this, and I didn't think he even had it in him. He deleted your PlayStation, off Discord, off Facebook. He cut all ties with Deer like that,
Damn.
and it's probably been a year. And I was thinking, I'm like, damn, he would cut me off like that. Like if I did something wrong, like made him mad, like so mad, he would just cut me off like that.
Wow, that's I
So I'm just
had
saying, I would know if I did something wrong.
I had something like that, and it was so my friend, we were having a, like, I would say, a long discussion, and I gave him, like, we were discussing something I can't quite remember, and we were I don't know, just pretty much just chatting along, and then I think he got upset at something, and he said, you know what, hey, I gotta get off, 'cause that's not really him. He always, like, stays up until I get off,
Oh,
and he didn't. So it was weird. And then I hop on, like, the next day to, like, you know what, let's maybe I'll apologize. Maybe I said something I didn't realize what I said, and
right.
I'll try to, try to make that up. He deleted me off everything. Like, I mean
So he did it.
everything.
So he did it like real quick. He was like,
It was insanely quick. I mean Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PlayStation, Discord,
damn.
Xbox, um, Mick. I mean, he deleted Twitch. He deleted me everywhere. And I'm like, bruh, what happened? So I had I had one more backup that I guess he forgot about, which is, I mean, I had a backup Instagram account that I just had just randomly, and I added
Yeah.
him there, and he completely forgot about it because I completely renamed it, so he had no idea who I was. And you know of my like, when I'm streaming on PS4, I need that other account. I also
yeah,
added
yeah,
him
yeah,
there, and
yeah.
he forgot about that as well. So I had ways to contact him. I'm like, hey man, well, what happened there, buddy? You just deleted me off everything. And eventually, he comes like coming back and says like, whoa, I didn't realize I did all that stuff. Sorry about that. And then he kind of goes like how he got rid of me off PlayStation. He says his PlayStation was having a ton of issues, and he got off for that reason to try to fix them, which he didn't complain about it at all during our chat, so I don't know what that was about. But he's kind of here, but I don't talk to him all that much because I'm with you guys for the most part, or my clan on Destiny, so I'm not
He
really.
okay, so I can tell you exactly what's going on. He was thinking, so you must have made him upset. He cut all ties. He was like, okay, so you can't get a hold of me no more. Once you hit him on ultimate account, he was like, oh, he can get a hold of me again. So he doesn't know exactly what you all have and everything like that. So he was like, he was probably thinking like, oh man, I might screw myself here and whatever. So he's like,
He also did
you
screw
know,
himself in this way, which I like obviously won't like tell everyone what it is because that's not right, but I also know where he lives, exactly where he lives.
wow,
So if he ever like messed with me, oh boy, I'll be showing up right to his doorstep.
bro,
So,
dude, I'm fishing right now, and I just got a lure 3 mending 1. Um,
oof,
I just got
big.
lure 1, no lure 3 and a mending 1 fishing rod.
Yes, that's pretty good. I was about to say Mending 3 doesn't exist to my knowledge. At least I've
I
never
mean, I don't
gotten a
know,
Mending 3. So,
right?
so,
I
but
mean, hey, they just added these. Oh wait, did you see the new? Have you been in the new Nether yet?
I have not. Has that been an update?
Apparently they added a new Nether, and there's a new there's something you
It's
can
called
get
ne
something
it's
that is
Netherite. Yeah.
Netherite. Yeah, Netherite. Something
Yeah,
like
I
better than
know, but
diamond. I'm like, huh?
I couldn't find anything if they did that to Windows 10 or not.
It's a no. It's a snapshot. It's a snapshot for Java, and I don't know when the update. Oh, let me look it up real quick. I don't know when the update's
I
coming
couldn't
out.
find the
What
update,
was it?
so I didn't see when it was supposed to come out, so I don't
When
know.
is the new Nether update coming out on Bedrock? At the moment, there's no confirmed release date for the Minecraft Nether update. However, Mojang has said that it is going to be the first. Oh, it is going to be in the first half of 2020. So it's
Well,
going
that
to
helps.
happen before August.
Or July or June.
Or,
June's 6 months,
yeah,
so
June.
be June's. Okay.
Dude, yeah, I cannot wait. I can. Yeah, it's 1.5 or it's 1.15.
Should be
Um,
1.16 actually.
but,
We're at
yeah,
1.15 right now.
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, when I saw it's Minecraft 1.15, another update. No, the 1.15 is the updated in in Antarctica. What? I don't know.
You don't know how to read that, do
Um,
you?
dude, my brain legit hurts, dude. I've been working so hard at school. I'm like, cause I'm doing English, and half of the words that I have to read out, I have to look at and stare at for about 5 minutes until
Hmm.
I can like pronounce like every single syllable in that damn word. I just sit there for 5 minutes trying to figure out what the hell this word is. Like I had a hard time with Ingius or yeah Ingius, whatever you want to call it. Well,
100% understand. Um, I guess I should explain. So when I'm back in like I'd say like the second grade, um, my school had about like 1 day of phonics that like teaches you how to like read, like teaches you how to sound out words and stuff. And of
yeah,
course, at the time, I was always sick as a child. I don't understand why. But, so, of course, I happened to be sick. That one day they go over phonics, they never
oh
went over it
no,
ever again. Ever again. I've never
that's
learned
that's
physically
crazy.
how
That's
to,
crazy.
so I had to self-teach myself how to pronounce words and stuff. So that's why, like, I
Okay.
continued to like talk and like try to. So when I see a
Okay.
big word and I can't pronounce it, I'm gonna try my best, but you will
Oh
never
yeah.
be able to hear the full thing.
Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. I got two topics. I have two topics, or maybe it might be three. But I know for confirmed two topics that I do want to talk about, and it's about school.
Okay.
First topic: why did they stop teaching cursive?
Uh,
Because they stopped teaching cursive, and now they're bringing it back. This happened between when I went into kindergarten and I was doing it. By the time I hit first grade, they stopped it. And by the time I'm getting out of high school, they're gonna re-put it back into school.
hmm
What in the hell are you doing?
Well, uh,
Um,
um, uh, um, I don't know how to answer that. Um,
well, it's just stupid. Like because you need cursive to sign checks. You need cursive to sign like on like credit stuff.
hmm
And they they stopped teaching it, so I had to self teach myself how to do cursive. You know how hard it is to self teach cursive?
Like I remember in the third grade about so like they started teaching us cursive and stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. So I
And
was,
then and
and
then
then
and
I
then
started writing cursive all the time. And then they stopped teaching it. They blown it
yeah,
out and
right. Because
said, you know what, it's not important. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not important? I know how to like cursive, let me write. And I know there's a few people in my class that was like way like more decided, you know what, let's do way more work than we need to. Kind of people, you know, those people that do way too much work.
yeah, the overachievers. That's what I call them, the
The
overachievers.
overachievers, yes. So the overachievers. So they always wrote in cursive, and I could never read cursive. So when like my grandparents like wrote to me, I never knew how to read that. I was like, what does that say?
I
What does
can
that say?
I can I could read a little bit of cursive. I mean I can figure out like really like what hey and I and what are you doing in cursive is. But after that, it was just I would have to like look at it and I would have to like I have to try to guess like what each letter it would be to figure out what word that is.
I didn't have to do it in that sense, but I did have to really like try to like pronounce that. Oh yeah, also should have forgotten this is kind of new. So I told you that I had to enter work at a like decently young age because parents had issues and stuff that we needed
Yeah.
extra money. So I never really got a college education. So what I've done is I've taken the opportunity to apply to a lot of colleges for like computer science so I can start working on computers within cars and stuff. So
Yeah.
I've just now gotten accepted to the community college near me, and I've now given them my scholarship essay application thing, so hopefully I don't have to pay anything, because boy oh boy is this
Oh
one
yeah.
expensive college.
Well. You know what's funny? So I'm going to college. I'm going there for free because um, back in the day I was diagnosed with ADD, and people don't really see it in me, but I stutter sometimes, and I have like the hard time pronouncing words or whatever. Well, I have ADD, so there's a thing that goes to the school system, and I was able to go to this free college, and this is where we're going there to cook. Well, have you heard of FAFSA?
Yes, they screwed me over and didn't give me my student aid because I make way too much money.
Really? Well, see,
That's
I
what
don't
they
work.
said.
FAFSA, FAFSA apparently gives you $6,000 to pay for your college. I'm
Yeah,
going to college for free.
if they think you're eligible and need the money. Like I said, I
I already
made
have
way too
them.
much money the 1 year I applied for FAFSA and like student aid and stuff, where they said, you know what, you have enough money you can easily pay for a college, so we're not going to give you any money.
Well,
And
the
I
thing
haven't
is
heard
that
since,
I
so
don't. Well, the thing is, I don't ever work. The only one that works is my mom and my brother, and we are technically registered as a low-income family. So
I am registered to be upper class, so I make all of them. Well, not all of it now, but I made most of the money when I applied for financial aid. So I made way too much money for them to say, you know what, you may be eligible or you may not be. Nope, I wasn't even close. They were like, nope, you ain't eligible,
yeah, they,
boy. Go pay for
yeah,
college.
apparently, yeah, apparently they give me like 6 grand. And I was like, hell, I'm gonna get that for free. Fuck, I'm gonna buy me a car. I'm gonna buy me a car or buy me an apartment.
See, that's nope. You know what? And you shouldn't do that because I went to
No,
for
no,
so you should not spend you need to spend it on college. Because they'll say like if you spent it on anything else, it will come back at you and you have to pay them back that money.
no, not with FAFSA. FAFSA, what the requirements are is that you have to spend on college, and whatever you don't spend on college is yours.
Damn.
So,
They told me I had
so
to pay back these bitch mother God, I can't swear because I'm gonna get arrested and the FBI is gonna come in. God damn. All right. They told me I had to pay it back if I spent it on anything besides college. That's what they told me.
yeah,
They
yeah,
specifically told me
that's
like,
wrong.
"Hey, we'll give
That's
you if you apply, we'll give you enough money to pay for college. If you don't use the money to pay for college, you'll have to pay us back if you spend the money." I'm like, "That's not how it should work," but that's apparently
um,
how they told me.
I think it changed within the last few years
It
because
could have, because I applied a long time ago when I didn't think I'd
yeah,
land the job where I work now. So,
yeah,
because I wanted to go to college just because um it was a way to like show my appreciation in a sense
yeah,
because even though my parents were very sick during my high school kind of career a little bit, they still taught me everything I know now to this day. So because of that, I wanted to show my appreciation of like, you know what, I'm gonna show you what you've done for me by getting a degree. And I was never able to do that because I got a job. But I have people that are now helping me do that job, and it's a little easier, so I can now take the time to spend it on college. And now I can try to
yeah.
make myself super stressed by taking calculus too. I don't want to take calculus. I hated it. I hate calculus. It's like the worst. It's the worst thing ever.
All
It's
right, next. Okay,
What was the
I
other
was gonna say no.
topic?
I
You
was gonna
said there
say
was another topic that you wanted to talk about, but we didn't get to because I.
vaping, vaping in school.
Uh-oh, nope. I am the wrong person to talk to about that.
No, hold on. Vaping in school when you're 18 years old.
Still, well, now it's 21, so you can't do that anyway.
Well, I'm saying back. I mean, okay, you were able to buy tobacco. You were able to. I mean,
You were able to
like
buy
yeah, I,
tobacco if you're 18 at the time. Now you have to be 21.
which is stupid.
They
I mean, if you
they're trying to
if you
make
are
sure
able,
kids can't get tobacco products. They still can.
oh, it,
You
this
know
this
if they're
guy
gonna
was
be
trying
on
to.
that You know if they're going to be on that fix, 100% it's going to be, they're going to be getting it, so.
Well, the thing is that there's a smoke shop up in my town, and he sells to kids. I know he does because he sold me a knife when I was 17. You have to be 18 to even buy a knife. I was 17. I just turned 17, and I bought a knife. Apparently, it's supposed to be 18. I didn't know that,
Big yikes.
but yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, I didn't do anything, so even though when I turned 18, my friend said, all right, let's go to the tobacco shop and let's get some cigarettes. I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that. You know how much cigarettes
now
cost? They cost like $6 a pack. Screw
that's
that
the thing.
idea. If I'm
That's
gonna
the
get
thing.
hooked, I'm gonna get hooked on something else.
So I used to smoke, but it wasn't cigarettes. I was smoking cigars, and
That
the
makes
cigars
it
I
even
used to
better.
get Well, no. Well, that's the thing. Cigars are better for you, though. Cigars you're not supposed to inhale. Cigars are just for the taste.
See,
So technically, you're not even. So you're not swallowing any of the. You're not swallowing like you do with smokes. You're only doing it, when it's a casual thing. A whole lot of guys do it. So,
right, but
I
it's
mean, I
also
would think financially.
stupid expensive.
No, it's not. Not the cigars I was smoking. The cigars I was smoking cost, I think, a
Oh,
buck
well, if you want the
for
really good
for.
stuff, it's expensive.
Oh yeah, I mean like the Cuban cigars,
Mm-hmm.
the backwoods, the whatever else you want to call it. I was doing
My friend liked Cubans. And I'm like,
I've done a
bruh, do you
couple
know
of
how
those.
expensive that crap is?
Think about them in the case, right? But also, I got this hook, or I got this not hook, but I got this guy down south that sells me premium cigars, 24 pack for like $5.
Bruh, that man's... Those aren't some good cigars, because he's selling them way too cheap.
Well, he's my uncle,
Oh, well then that's
his
fun.
family.
I
Normally he
guess
would
that's
sell them.
fine.
Normally I think he would sell them. He told me he would sell 24 packs for like $20, $30.
Bro, this man making a living. You know how expensive cigars are.
And
Like,
one
god
cigar he said
dang.
would cost, I think, well, I think one cigar, actually, no. I think there would be more than 30 because he says one cigar is like $6 or 7. Depends on what grain or what
Mm-hmm.
leaf and what type of all that. So they really, if you get $6 a cigar, then, you'll six times 24, and that's how much you have to pay for a pack.
Mm-hmm.
But, which is ridiculous, but all the rich, playboys, all the rich millionaires, they'll be carrying on premium cigars and big.
Well, yeah,
So
because they want to show off how much money they can spend. And if you wanted to spend money and you already bought all the cars, the houses, the yachts and stuff, cigars was the next
next thing is
best thing.
cigars. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, cigars is the next thing.
it was the next best thing. So it's like, if you want some cigars, boy oh boy, you gonna find some cigars. So it's like, eh. I wanted to, so of course all of my friends they were like, let's go get some cigarettes. And I'm like, no. All right, let's go get, no. We're not doing drugs either. No, we're not gonna touch, at least I'm not gonna touch that. You guys can go ham, but I'm not doing that. Still haven't to this day,
Yeah,
which thankfully.
the one thing, the one thing which you're gonna be surprised about this. The one thing I haven't done is I have not touched any drugs yet. I have not touched any of that.
Hmm, that's
The only
nice.
thing I've done, the only thing I've done is cigars. That's it.
Wow, you're right, I actually am surprised.
Which actually, no, hold on. Okay, no, that's kind of right. I did try smokes. My buddy wanted me to try the special 100s.
Oh gosh,
It was,
no.
it was the, I did one and I hated it. So I
See,
went back to
here's the
cigars. I'm not. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about me and cigars. I can go up like months without them, right? I can smoke one and I could be, I don't need to have another one for another month. Maybe even a year, because I'm just, cigars is just that type of thing where you don't need to smoke them constantly every day. Cigars, in hell, even I would even, it would take me. Cause I used to do black and mild, and I used to do the wine, the sweet, and then yeah, I only did wine and sweets because they were the best tasting. Because I had wood tips, and they would take me 3 or 4 hours just to do one. Because I would sit there and enjoy it. I would sit there,
you
taste
wouldn't
it.
just go,
No,
you
oh
wouldn't
no no
like,
no no
and
no
you wouldn't like go ham with it. You would
no.
enjoy it.
I
That's
would
what
if
it,
it would be out in the summer. It would be 6 o'clock at night. I would go out back and enjoy it.
yeah,
Type of thing.
exactly.
You look up, you watch the birds, you watch the trees, just sit there, do it. Type of thing you do for a couple hours, and then you go. That's there you go. So, and I never needed one after another. I did one, a couple months passed by, I'd go get another one because I would have money. But the ones I would always get they were like 89 cents for one. So it'd be easy to pull out $1. Like, all right, I'm gonna go uptown real quick, go buy one, smoke on the way back.
Yeah, that was the one problem with like where I'm living now, which is why I wanted to move and stuff. It is literally, and sorry YouTube, but it is literally drug dealer haven. Like
Oh,
you think about
down, yeah,
Miami,
in Mich.
this is the like poor edition. This is the poor edition of Miami, Vice City.
Hold
This is
on,
pretty
hold on,
much
hold on, hold on, hold on. You said think of Miami.
no
Think about
no
Detroit. Think
see
about Detroit.
so yeah no it's bad. This place was bad. Like ah so my neighbor is an idiot, and I'm gonna say this, try to say it quietly so he doesn't hear me and come shoot me, but he leaves his car unlocked. So he leaves his
Oh
car
no.
unlocked, and he leaves his guns in his
Oh
car.
no. Oh no.
And he's been doing this supposedly for years and never had any trouble. Well, just recently, a guy
Someone
I
broke in.
guess at some point was he actually went up to my car as well because I have video of it, and he actually went up to my car and tried to open it, and of course my car's locked, so he wasn't dealing with that, but he went to his car, and of course it was unlocked because he's an
Found it
idiot and
unlocked.
decided to leave it unlocked, and his car wasn't stolen, the gun was stolen, which is now he's not going to get back because that's already sold to the black market or whatever. That's been sold immediately.
Let me guess. Okay, hold on. Let me guess what was stolen. The
Okay.
gun, the stereo, um, any type of money that was in there, and probably everything was gone through.
You got two of those right.
Two.
So
Okay, okay.
so
Which ones were
his
right?
the wife's wallet was in there, so that's
Okay.
considering that money.
That back well back when I was younger, I had my Escalade. My mom had the Escalade before she gave it to me, but my mom had this 2000 Cadillac Escalade, and I have it now. But there was a stereo system that